Yeah, cathedrals, yeah. I mean, I'm not Catholic, even though I'm non-Catholic Christian, but I have always seen the significance of cathedrals. Actually, my, prof who is Catholic, we were talking about that very thing just like a couple days ago. Part of the evangelical experience is this belief, and I don't think it's a sound one. The more I'm discovering about Catholicism as a non-Catholic, the more I'm seeing, oh, here's what evangelicals may believe or posit, at least, and I don't think it's a very sound thing. Um, even in the evangelical experience, people do accept an invisible unity of the church, meaning, okay, I've got my own heart, soul, and spirit. I can have fellowship with people in a home, in a library, at a luncheon. We don't really need church because we've got this invisible unity. Whereas with the Catholic Church, it is a visible unity. It's a visible, unified witness of Christ himself to the world. That's pretty monumental if you think about it, if you're a Christian, as I am. And a cathedral, in its beauty, in its artistic beauty and structure and aesthetics, in its individuality as its own separate cathedral next to the next cathedral, it actually draws in a more spiritual environment for the Christian. You're you're instantly more in tune with the spiritual and the marriage of the spiritual and the physical when you're in a cathedral. My dad, who is not Catholic, he does value the private times with God. But he told me one time I'll never forget. He's like, I was sitting in a cathedral and I was on my knees because of it, because of its reverent beauty. Just the structure alone is so beautiful. And I think we need visual cues, not just as Christians. Humanity needs visual cues constantly of what is good and what is right. Even if you don't believe in God, you still believe in good. Now, Christians believe God is good, so good comes from God. But even if you do not believe in God, you believe in good. Unless you don't believe that, and then in that case, you might be an ideologue or an awakening ideologue. But people in their own ways, they do believe in a good of some kind, and I think people need a physical cue or an oral cue. So something beautiful like music, that's not a physical cue unless you're talking about the symphony orchestra or a really good rock band or something like that. But music is a temporal oral cue of what is beautiful and what is good. So I'm glad you brought up the cathedrals, because even non-Catholics can find real deep meaning in a structure like a parish or a cathedral.